Here is a question that's revolutionizing the content strategy in 2025. Would you trust a restaurant review from a food critic who has never actually been there? Or would you trust the review from the person who has been there just last week and can tell you how the pasta exactly tasted like? How long did they have to wait? How was the service? And was the noise level too discomforting? If you chose the second option, then you understand exactly why Google added experience in their EEAT framework. Welcome to the EEAT Authority. This is Rahul, your host from Justwords, and we welcome you to yet another podcast. And today we will discuss the confusion and try to clarify the difference between experience and expertise in the Google's EEAT framework. Over the past 15 years, we have helped thousands of clients navigate the Google's algorithm updates and modify their content strategy accordingly. We have seen firsthand how the content strategy can either make or break your digital presence, and the rankings can either go for a toss or bring you up the Google SERP. We have helped companies restructure their content strategy around authentic experience rather than theoretical expertise. Here's what most digital marketers go wrong. They believe that experience and expertise are one and the same thing. Well, they are not. And understanding the difference between the two could be the key to unlocking such organic rankings and growth which have been eluding you for months, maybe years. Today I am going to break down what each E stands for in EEAT, how Google defines, how it understands, and how our content strategy should be formulated taking these into account. I will show you some real examples and give you a practical framework of how to incorporate it into your content. Let's start with Google's actual definition, because the distinction is more nuanced than it is actually believed to be. According to Google's Search Quality Rater Guidelines, and I'm just quoting this from Google, experience refers to the extent to which the content creator has the necessary first-hand or life experience for the topic. That's experience. And expertise, on the other hand, focuses on the extent to which the content creator has the necessary knowledge or skill for the topic. Now you see, the difference lies in knowing versus doing. Knowing is expertise, doing is experience. Let me illustrate this with a perfect example from one of our clients. We had a fintech startup client whose blogs were struggling to rank around cryptocurrency trading strategies. These blogs were written by a team of MBAs who had theoretical experience of cryptocurrency and the trading knowledge as well. The articles covered technical analysis, market theories, risk management principles, and so on. But here's what was missing from the blogs. None of the blogs actually showed that any of their team members had any practical experience in trading cryptocurrencies. No real examples, no wins or losses, no real market scenarios, nothing. When we restructured their approach to experience-based content, how I made $15,000 by trading Ethereum in 3 months, complete transaction history and analysis, the results were dramatic. This blog alone brought a traffic to an amount which the blogs collectively could not bring together. The key insight here is that experience always resonates higher than expertise with the audience, because the audience can relate to it. They can find some real life examples, real life data. But here is where it gets interesting, and most SEO guides get it wrong. Experience and expertise can go hand in hand, and sometimes you need both. Think about medical content. If you are writing about cancer treatment operations, you definitely need medical expertise, credentials, training, professional experience, and so on. However, if you are writing about how to live with cancer, then personal experience of someone who has actually encountered that stage and overcome it is a must. And Google recognizes this distinction. Google does not say that experience wins over expertise or vice versa. What Google says is There are different types of content and both require different authority signals. Experience is crucial when reviewing products and services that you have actually used, sharing strategies that have worked for you, discussing challenges that you have encountered, providing recommendations based on real life testing. Expertise is essential when explaining technical concepts, providing professional advice in regulated fields, interpreting research or industry data, offering guidance that requires specialized training. Here is a framework that we at Justwords use with our clients. We call it the R.E.A.L framework. And what does it stands for? R.E.A.L. R for relevant, E for evidence, A for accessible, and L for legitimate. Now we have talked a lot about the two E's of the EEAT framework, experience and expertise. We will quickly touch upon what the other two means, authority and trust. Now, authoritativeness means consistent publishing of content on the website. Authoritativeness builds your brand's authority by publishing consistent high quality content, earning coverage and mentions from other respected sites, and builds reputation of your website in your industry. Now, trustworthiness is something which has got to do with the transparency. Be transparent about who is behind your content. Give clear contact and customer support information on your website and maintain a positive reputation. Now, with this, we covered the distinction between the two E's, experience and expertise, and what the A and T of the EEAT framework stand for. Let me give you a practical framework of immediately improving your content's experience and authority signals. I call this the EEAT content audit. Step 1 is content classification. Go through the top 20 blogs of your website and classify them as pure experience, pure expertise, hybrid, neither. Most struggling websites have too much in the neither category and very few in the hybrid category. Step 2 is the enhancement framework. For pure experience content, ask how can I add broader principles or research. For neither, ask should this be rewritten completely or just enhanced. Have a specific example from your own agency, from your own clients, and then you would be able to put real life examples with proper experience and proper expertise in your content, and trust me, your entire content strategy would skyrocket like anything. Step 3 is the author authority boost. Every piece of content should clearly establish why the author has the right to discuss about this topic. This doesn't always mean credentials. It also means demonstrated experience. Step 4 is evidence integration. Experience-based content needs specific evidence and expertise-based content needs credible sources. And the best content is a combination of both. Let me leave you here with 3 most important takeaways from today's discussion. First, experience and expertise are two different authority signals, and the most successful content pieces in 2025 combine both. Second, you don't need to be world's leading expert to create powerful EEAT content. You need to demonstrate relevant expertise and authentic experience for your specific audience and topic area. Third, start documenting your experience now. Every project you work on, every strategy you test, every result you achieve is a potential content for experience-based authority. So with this, we come to the end of today's episode. I am sure you must have drawn some value out of today's discussion. If you want to watch more such content, do like this video. It motivates us to keep developing and delivering more such beautiful pieces of content. Follow us and do subscribe to us. And yes, we will be on Spotify soon. Till our next episode, this is Rahul, your host from Justwords, signing off. See you soon in our next episode. Stay tuned.